The sound of wagon wheels, horses, and conversations amongst the students could be heard as they journeyed towards their destination. Feeling the stone and dirt under her body as she glided across it, Anacolis looked around and tried to observe everything. They had been traveling for a day, leaving the city to train. Watching the number of students as some of them rode in wagons while others walked, Anacolis found the entire event amusing. Talking with Queen, she had learned that the overflow would be something that none of these students would be able to handle currently. This made the trip a complete farce and only meant to instill confidence before the overflow occurs. Anacolis glanced over at where her master was sitting, enjoying the comfortable ride in his carriage. On his left there was Brittany, and on his right was Celestra, both looking as if they were enjoying being around him. Even though her master had a relaxed look on his face, Anacolis knew that he was exceedingly happy being surrounded by those who loved him. There used to be times when his face would drop due to some past trauma. Whenever she would see that, Anacolis wanted to bring her master into her embrace and just hold him. Even now, she felt the need to have him in her arms, keeping him safe and sound. "Sister, Master looks very happy," Aracia walked up to her. Tearing her eyes from him, Anacolis looked at her sister. Even though they were not blood sisters, the fact that they were created at the same time made him feel that they had a natural bond with one another. "Yes, it makes me happy to see that he is happy," she answered. Deciding that everything looked secure, the two of them went ahead of the convoy to scout out the area. The area that they were traveling was a thick forest, which was perfect for the Jungle Sisters. Both of them had bodies that were well designed for the uneven surface that's inherent inside of a jungle or forest. For bipedal creatures, they always had to worry about roots sticking out, sudden depressions in the ground, and numerous other safety concerns. With Anacolis and her sister, they could just smoothly navigate the dangers without losing speed. "Sister, I am glad that you have had the forethought to consume that assassin," Anacolis mentioned in an offhand manner. Aracia, who was slightly ahead, looked back and smiled sweetly. She was a very attractive and delicious woman. Our master would have surely found an interest in her, which is not his fault. I just made sure to take the initiative so our master would not have to put himself in such a position. Our master is lucky that we are by his side so that he is not tempted by flies, Anacolis said supportively. "Help!" a woman screamed out. Both of them stopped and looked over at the direction where the voice was calling out. "We should look at what is happening," Aracia suggested. "I agree, sister." Anacolis followed after Aracia. She smoothly glided over fallen trees and navigated her way between obstacles. When they reached the river, Anacolis moved ahead by cutting through the high current. Aracia was forced to climb a tree, and attaching her web to a dagger, she threw it across and wrapped her web onto the tree trunk of a tree on the other side of the river. This allowed her to create a bridge for her to cross. Reaching a clearing, Anacolis saw a woman and child running away from a group of bandits. While she was thinking about what to do, Aracia approached her. "Looks like the woman is going to be killed by the bandits," Aracia casually mentioned. "Based on how quickly the bandits are moving, they are likely former military. I doubt that the woman will have a pleasant death, probably raped in front of her child." Anacolis leaned against the tree. "Sister, how do you think we should proceed?" Aracia looked over at her. Being the younger sister, she tended to defer big decisions to Anacolis. These humans live such miserable lives, always scrambling to survive in a world that is constantly trying to kill them. She paused as she considered something. Those bandits could stumble upon the convoy that Master's in, though they would need to cross the river. We should still take precautions by eliminating a potential threat. Nodding her head in agreement, Aracia added in, "It will also be fun to slaughter them." "Let us wait until they cross into the forest. The woman and child should last until then," Anacolis mentioned to her sister. The two of them made their way towards where the woman and child would be entering the forest. Per their usual strategy, Aracia went up into the trees while Anacolis stayed hidden but within bowshot. Listening to the sound of branches being snapped and the rustling of leaves, she spied the woman emerging out of some bushes. With her sharp eyesight, Anacolis could see that the woman was scratched up and looked worn out from all the running she had done. "Mother, I'm too tired to run any longer," the child cried out, dropping to the ground in exhaustion. "Sam, we need to keep moving. I know my boy is a big boy and can keep on going. Just a little bit more and we'll be safe," the mother begged her child. "Lady, you've really made us work hard chasing after you," a man's voice spoke. One of the bandits emerged, followed by his comrades. "Please, we don't have anything of value," the mother cried out. "I wouldn't say that was necessarily true," another man spoke up, leering at the woman. "Billy, you're such a pig," one of the female bandits spoke out. "Enough arguing. I don't know about the rest of you, but I think this woman is nice enough on the eyes for me to try her out," the first bandit, who appeared to be the leader, said. He began to uncouple his belt and dropped his trousers, getting ready to rape the woman. As Anacolis was watching the bandits interacting with the woman, she noticed Aracia position herself on top of the group of bandits. While they were distracted, she lowered herself and targeted one of the bandits in the rear. Seeing Aracia appear, the woman began screaming in fright. The bandits confused this with her being scared of what was about to happen and started laughing. They didn't notice as Aracia covered the bandit's mouth with webbing and dragged him up into the canopy. The process didn't take very long. The bandit leader took out a knife and began to cut the woman's clothing, revealing her body. "For a woman, you don't look quite bad," he complimented her. Losing track of his surroundings, the man began sucking on the woman's breast and fingering her. As this was happening, almost all the bandits were captured. Continuing to scream, the woman seemed to worry more about Aracia than on what was currently happening to her. "Hey, this woman has a beautiful set of pipes," the leader laughed and looked back at his comrades, but trailed off when he saw that they were all missing. "Do not worry about them," Anacolis said, her sultry voice teasing the confused man. "Who the hell are you?" he yelled out, suspicion and fear in his voice. "My sister and I are just travelers passing by, who became a little hungry. We heard the scampering of animals and came to see if anything was appetizing." Placing her hand on her chest, she said, "My sister and I are poor defenseless women, hoping that there are any strong and masculine men around to protect us." Aracia dropped behind the man and lowered her head so she would be able to whisper into his ear, "Yes, my sister and I were so lonely and scared to encounter dangerous animals. Would you be able to keep us company? We are so very lonely." The man noticed that Anacolis and Aracia were very beautiful, and most of his fears went away. He glanced at the woman and her son next to him, and looked back at Anacolis, especially eyeing her bare breasts. "I suppose I could accompany you, though my men seem to have gone missing. I heard some wrestling over there. I think it might be a dangerous animal. Your men ran away. We were so scared, so we came out here. You will protect us, right?" Anacolis pursed her lips, seducing the man. He stood up and puffed out his chest and pulled out a dagger. "Don't worry. I'll make sure to protect lovely ladies such as yourself." Grinning pervertedly, the leader of the bandits said, Why don't we discuss our arrangement someplace else? Thank you. Anacolis clapped her hands together, appearing relieved. The man put on his trousers and led them away from the mother and son. Anacolis looked back at her and gave her a friendly smile, though she didn't feel anything towards the woman. She did note how attractive the woman looked, giving a mature feeling which she knew her master enjoyed. Glancing over at Aracia, she knew that her sister was thinking along the same line as her. When they were outside earshot of the woman, the man looked at the both of them. Looking aroused, he approached Anacolis and placed a hand on her waist. It isn't safe for such beautiful ladies to walk around. I'm sure that in addition to protecting you, I would be able to provide some other enjoyments to the both of you. Anacolis placed a hand on his face and traced the side of it with her finger. With her index finger beneath his chin, she lifted up so she could get a clear view. Sister, I do agree that this man will be satisfying, though not enough for the both of us. She grinned at the way he appeared eager to proceed. Sister, I'll leave him all to you. I got the last one, so it is only fair for you to have this one. We also have the others that we can split, though I would prefer having the woman in the group. I have noticed that they have a certain flavor to them, Aracia replied. Listening to what the sisters were talking about, the grin on the man's face began to fade away. Oh no, do not be sad. You should find it as an honor to satisfy my hunger, though I suspect this was not the hunger you were hoping to fulfill, she whispered at him. Taking her hand and grabbing the back of his head forcefully, she spoke in a menacing tone. Though, there is only one who is allowed to place their hands on my body, aside from my sister. Her tongue snaked out and caressed the side of his face. Please, I'm sorry, the man begged, trying to struggle once he understood his situation. You know you will hurt a woman's feeling if you struggle so much. I thought you viewed us as being beautiful. I just want to give you a kiss, Anacolis teased, as she opened her mouth and unhinged her jaw. No! The man screamed in terror, seeing as Anacolis came closer. She felt his head enter her mouth, and using various muscles, she opened her throat to allow him to enter into her. As her lips continued past his shoulder, Anacolis could feel him struggling to escape. The more of him she swallowed, her body started to feel hotter. Anacolis could feel her nipples hardening as she felt his screams reverberating inside of her. She couldn't help but moan in pleasure, thinking about the terror he was feeling. Imagining him being soaked in her stomach acid and dissolving made her wet and horny. Sister, you always look so sexy as you enjoy your food, Aracia cooed. She approached Anacolis and placed both of her hands on Anacolis' engorged body, grinning at how she could feel the movements underneath her sister's pristine skin. Anacolis felt joy as her sister kissed her on her shoulder, as Aracia's hand wandered over her body. It felt amazing, especially feeling her sister's affection and how it helped her digest her food. Aracia whispered into her ear, "We should try eating one of the females at the same time. I like it when we get to enjoy the same food." Once the man's body was fully inside of her, Anacolis smiled at his sister. Laying both of her hands on her sister's face, Anacolis whispered, "What are your thoughts on the mother?"